Even an argument could be made that when you love others, you're actually loving God. And when Jesus says to love your neighbor as yourself, it forces us to determine who our neighbor is. Do we actually weigh whether they are worthy of love? How would you feel if Jesus weighed your worthiness? Sorry, I gotta click the see more button. Worthiness for his love. And yes, that's exactly right. You know, do we actually weigh whether they are worthy of love, worthy of our love? And do we? And I think that we do. A lot of times we do. We weigh the fact of whether they're worthy of our love by the things that they do, the things that they say, the way that they act. And that's not what he has called us to do. That's not the commandment that he gives us. You know, how would we feel if Jesus, and it's the truth, how would we feel? You know, and that's what I tell Cody all the time. I'm so thankful and grateful that he doesn't hold me accountable. He doesn't hold my past against me. You know, he does hold me accountable, but he doesn't hold my past against me, because if Jesus weighed my worthiness for his love, I wouldn't be worthy. I would be far from worthy. And so, let me see where I was at. Loving others is so important to Christ that he says that it's equal to loving God. Even an argument could be made that when you love others, you're actually loving God. And when Jesus says to love your neighbor as yourself, it forces us to determine who our neighbor is. And our neighbor is